Hello everybody and welcome to Court Farm by Oxygen David. So finally we can start the Let's Play for this amazing map, and it's gonna be incredible. If you're looking for a map tour video, I have actually done a first look, so that's where you need to be if you want to just generally see everything. But now it is time for us to start farming. So let's open the door. This is actually our starting point in the bedroom. It's a very natural starting point. And we've already had breakfast and everything, so let's just go straight out to the yard. Go through the porch. We have a dog. What shall we name it? I'm absolutely terrible with names, so please do post your suggestions down below. And we'll go through to the yard. So I've made a few adjustments to what we have to begin with, although it is pretty much the same. It's really just the baler, trailer and 2 tractors, which is different to what Oxygen David has preset. So we'll start in the barn. We have the New Holland Combine, which was already here. Everything in here was already here. I don't know the history of it. I don't know how many hours it's done or how worn out it is or anything. We'll discover that later on. Well, actually very soon, because we're going to start with the harvest. We have a spreader. We have the header for the combine. Oh yeah, that's new. We do have an extra mower as well to go with the rear mower, and a cultivator. So back out here, we have the 2 tractors that we just walked past. We have a Landini, a 6175 dual power. I know nothing at all about Landinis, but it looks good. And on the back of it we have a cane trailer. So I don't think I've used one of those before in FS22, so it's going to be nice to use that. And then we have the new 7S, the Massey Ferguson 7S 210 with a Heston baler. Yeah, I really fancied going with a Heston baler instead of having the round bales or even the quadrant bales. The starting baler on this map is a round baler. So, very quickly, I'll just show you that we have precision farming enabled. We are also using Maize Plus. Now you'll have to bear with me with Maize Plus. I'm still learning. I'm still remembering as well from FS19. But it should be good. It should be very good. Of course, Maize Plus is going to mean more to us when we're actually doing mowing or animal work. To begin with, we are just going with a harvest because we've just inherited the farm, Court Farm, and we have actually a really decent starting area. I've not adjusted this at all. This is actually what we start with. We have field number 57, we have field number 56, 54, and then we also have, on top of the yard, we have another grass field here. It's like the entrance grass field, more like a meadow, I suppose. And then a small clump of trees at the entrance. So actually there's also other fields like for the sheep and the horses. 54 is a grass field, 56 is a wheat field, and 57, I have to refresh my memory on 57. Oh, it's cultivated. That's why I didn't remember. So yes, 56 is where we're going to be to begin with, because we have a fully ripe crop of wheat. Of course, this map does feature linseed and field beans, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that's what we're going to put in next. So what we need to do is jump into the combine, but let's just, first of all, get these tractors shifted out of the way, because they are a bit in the way currently. Actually, I'll just take this directly to the field. It's nice that our starting fields are directly surrounding the main yard, because we can just head straight through here. It's just so natural. Just a pile of manure just looks natural. It doesn't look out of place. It's been blended in nicely with all the undergrowth. There's actually quite a lot of debris around here. So this is the field in question. This is where it all starts. This is where we can start to make our money. We do have £100,000. I think actually if I just park this tractor a bit further down, because then I'll have more space to attach the header and stuff. We should be right here. There we go. And of course every field is going to have to be analysed. We do have a soil sampler just down there, but also we do have a crop sensor on the Massey Ferguson tractor. So if we're doing spraying or whatever, we'll have a sensor on there. I think basically it'll allow us to apply more accurate fertilizer rates to the different areas of the field. So let's just put this on, get this taken to the field, and oh, look at that. Yes, it is pretty worn out. So immediately, before we even start, we're going to have to spend some money. We're going to have to get the combine ready for harvest. It probably would be easier actually to tow this with the tractor. And we're going to have to pop it into the workshop first. So let me just detach that. Let's get this repaired. So there is our workshop. It's very nice to have one on site. We still have the starting plough. There's the combine. So yeah, it looks like almost 25% of the money we have in total is already being consumed by the combine. But it is a crucial tool. We can't really go without it. Well, we could still harvest, but would lose so much yield, and that really is not good. It's not how we want to be running the farm. So, yep, £24,000 spent, but now we shouldn't have any grain coming out the back of the combine. It should all be going into the tank. It's just the way it works in FS. We still have the starting telehandler, which I know is going to be very useful. Right, so maybe actually if I park the combine header there, I can detach, we can back up, and then we can begin. Hopefully it's not too much of an angle. I am keeping crop destruction on. We're going to be mostly realistic as much as possible in some aspects, but then things like fieldstone, I don't want to be doing that. We will, however, be doing fieldstone on the new multiplayer survival challenge. Actually, we'll have everything on there. It will be as difficult as it gets. So that is the combine unfolded. Let's make sure we're on swath mode. Are we on swath mode? I think we were. I think that's putting it into chop mode, which we don't want to do. Okay, yeah, looks like I know nothing at all about New Holland combines. Yeah, so that is putting it into swath mode. I would never have guessed that. I would have thought when it tucks underneath it's moving the chopper away, but no, it's actually putting it under there to chop it up. Well, you learn something new every day. Looks like the combine's header is also very worn out. I'm not too sure if that actually affects anything though. Does it affect anything? I always thought it was just the combine itself which will affect something. Maybe it's affecting our speed. It does seem to be going pretty slowly. So I guess that should have gone into the workshop too. We'll get it done. When we've done the headland, I'll quickly do that. Yeah, it must just be speed related. I must just say there's no particular rules with this series. Just enjoying it. We're going to really enjoy the map. And of course discover Maze Plus. For me, the first time in FS22. We've got to keep our fields as good as possible for precision farming. So that'll involve weeds. And I suppose, yeah, lime. But no fieldstone. Nothing like that. And yeah, it means we're also going to have to buy more things in the future. We certainly aren't starting off with everything we need. We need a spreader which can apply lime. But at least we have 2 tractors. And one of them is, I think, 210 horsepower. So that's pretty good going. And Landini is about 176, possibly? It rings a bell. I am hoping to start the baling almost immediately, and you can see the crop waving. This is a feature of the map. New wind effects, which I think is just great. It just looks so much more realistic. The crop does wave a bit in the base game, but this really does show wind. Very, very good. So, let's get this unloaded and just really quickly off camera, well, I'll show you the repair. We will get it fixed up, the header, just so we can speed up a bit. But that is our first bit into the trailer already. Not bad. It looks like all the machines actually are worn out, the telehandler included. So gradually we're going to have to get them fixed up. The header trailer is probably worn out as well, but I won't be doing that. Not just yet, maybe when we come into money. Right, that's in the workshop. Yeah, everything. Oh, the trailer isn't. The weight is. The telehandler is. So, repair. Not too expensive. And now the harvest can resume. This is going to be a handy little telehandler. Looking good. Look at our repair gauge. Our maintenance gauge is full. It's all looking healthy. 100% repaired. And yep, we can see the difference there with the speed. We're back to our 6 miles per hour. I love the windmill on this map. It is so nice. Yeah, so hopefully it won't take too long for this map to be released once Giants start testing it. But I suppose it's very difficult to guess exactly how long it's going to be. I think what I will do is I'll go around the headland twice. Then I'm going to put it on a worker and we'll bring the Massey Ferguson to the field with the Heston baler and we'll start to get it done because it's just going to get things done nice and quickly. A rapid turnaround. And actually the field beans, probably the linseed as well, they both want to be drilled this side of winter. So September, October time, we want to be doing that. I think the bales I'll be keeping, because for this series I am really planning on getting quite a few animals. As for the crop itself, I guess at this time of year the price is going to be quite low. So maybe we'd be better off getting some chickens or something and starting to produce some eggs. And then any surplus that we have we could sell in the winter when the price is higher. Yeah, it took more than 25% of our money to get the combine fixed up. But it will be worth it. Because I also see that the combine has no hours. It is pretty much classed as new. So our maintenance fees shouldn't be too high in the future. It shouldn't need repairing too often. Before winter comes, we'll get this field drilled. We'll also cut the grass, and because we are running maize plus, it won't be as simple as just cutting the grass. It depends really what I'm looking for. If we're looking for silage, hay, or just fresh grass, I think really it's going to be silage that we're looking for. So if my memory serves me correctly, that would want to be conditioned grass if we're putting it into a pit. Okay, right. So, into our lovely 22 reg Massey Ferguson tractor with a matching number plate on the baler, as you can see there. I did actually initially buy the 6S, but then I thought when I put it on the baler, no, this is not going to be big enough. It's not going to be powerful enough for that Heston. So I've gone for the largest of the 7S series, which I'm hoping will be absolutely fine. For everybody who knows my videos well, you'll know that I do like to go with the Heston baler. I don't like to fight with the round bales. This just produces fewer, bigger bales. They're easier to stack, they're just easier in every way, which also makes it faster. And of course with the square bales we don't have to keep stopping every time a bale is ready. So I'll keep whizzing around and we'll see if we can catch up with the combine. Now I think it's probably going to be easiest if I finish the rest of the field, as we have this corner. We've produced 3 bales, but they are 3 big bales. Also, because we are running Maize Plus, even the chickens will be affected. Their food requirements will not just be some wheat, they will probably have 3 or 4 different categories that need to be fulfilled. All of which, as I said, I'm still learning. But when we actually buy the hens, which I think will actually be today, very soon, we'll see more about it. Okay, so that is our harvest done, and that will be the only harvest this year. Unless of course we were to buy more fields, but yeah, we don't have the money, we need to focus on what we've got. So I think what we will do is we'll get this empty, we'll put it away, because that gets it completely out of the way. And of course we'll need to have a wash down at some point. We'll have plenty of time over the winter because we are playing with seasonal growth. Maybe we'll get a full load. About 1 full tray load. I see those 2 bits over there, I will get them. Looks pretty full. Now, how many litres will we get here? 3? I'm going to go 3. Oh, 1. It was almost worth doing. Will we even see it come out? Good grief, that wasn't 1 litre. Wow. Okay. Well, that's all very good. Let's get this taken off. Is that going to snap into place? Hopefully it is. Unless I'm way off. Yeah, it wasn't perfectly aligned. I'm wondering if I should park this. I think I might want to keep the combine in the workshop, because it's a big workshop and there is actually space to keep stuff in there as well. I think I ran over a brick. It is a big combine for the yard, but there are some huge fields, so I don't think we would want to go smaller. There we have a diesel tank, that's going to be handy. Yeah, I think a good place to keep the combine is actually where that plough is. But I guess for now we'll just park it in this front area. Also got to watch the roof. But if we can go as far over here as possible without hitting the roof, that would be alright. We'll have to make sure we can still get to the light switch. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. We can still get machines to the workshop alright. Okay, right. So we'll use the telehandler to bring the header back. It's already attached to it anyway. And then we can deal with the baler and the tractor and trailer. We will have to use this telehandler to move the Hestons. I don't think it'll have an issue with moving one at a time. It'll be an interesting test for it. Maybe it can pick up two. That trailer is looking better. I think the header might have... Has it moved? It looks more aligned somehow. Also, once I've learnt all of the different triggers, where they all are, I'll probably remove the interactive zone markings, as it is more immersive that way. Right, straight back with this. We'll get the plough to there eventually. In fact, we should be able to get the plough pretty easily. We'll just pop this here. Right, so we have 81%, that's 18,000 litres. I'll put the cover over and we'll just leave that there. Let's get the baling finished off. Should be able to get maybe 2 more bales, or maybe even 3 more. I'm going to guess it's 6. 6 in total, which I don't think sounds much, but they are really big bales. And it's not a particularly big field, so 6 Hestons out of here seems quite decent. Yeah, it is the first time I've driven the 7S. Seems pretty nice. I prefer the look of the 6S and the 7S over the 8S. This looks more like the 7700 series and the 6700 series, which personally I prefer the look of. I don't think we've quite got these 6 bales, but we've got 5. And 2/3 of another one. Let's just say I'm pretty sure it was 5. Yep. 5 and 67% of the 6th. So, yeah, I've not actually found a place to put the baler. We could put it in the same shed as where the combine was initially. That is quite a good implement store. The tractors will probably spend most of their time just outside in the yard. That must be our silage pit. Right, anywhere I guess. I think, well, the back corner looks like a good place. Over here should be good. There we go. Very nice. Keeps it tucked in and out of the way. So now we've freed up the tractor this can be used for other jobs. But we do need to just get rid of the grain that we currently have in the trailer. We can either put it into storage, or we can, well, we can give some of it to the chickens. We'd have to have an awful lot of chickens for them to be able to consume all of that. So let's just have a look here first of all. If I just buy, the capacity is 30. I think we'll buy the ones which are 6 months old. If I buy 30, which is only £1,650, we should then be able to see on this tab that they need, as you can see, not just wheat or barley. They need protein food, which is 35%, energy food 10%, base food at 35%, and moisture food at 20%. So of course the Maize Plus PDF does tell you what types of food are in each category. So as I drive up the field, I'll just very quickly read out the different crops for each category. So the protein food is soybeans or alfalfa hay. The energy food is wheat or sorghum. The base food is maize or CCM, fermented and unfermented. And the moisture food is sugar beet or sugar beet cut or carrots. So sugar beet is, well, I guess what we're going to have to go for, because I don't think we have carrots. I think we can buy carrots, so that would be one way of going about things there. But yeah, we can't grow them, but we can buy them. And this is going to come under energy food, this wheat. So really for their base food they need the maize. But let's just tip as much as they need into their trough. Excuse me, chickens. I have a delivery for you. I doubt they'll take too much. Yes, precisely. But at least they now have some food. That's good. They took 750 litres. And these should be producing eggs immediately, I guess. And we didn't have to buy 30 because they are reproducing now, but yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap. We might as well go with them. With the cows and everything, we're going to be not buying all of them. They'll have to reproduce. We also have rabbits, which I really love the sound of. So we're left with 17,276 litres of wheat. Let's have a look at the price. I love the range of sell points. A huge selection. Yeah, as predicted. We're currently at the worst time because it is harvest time, so there's huge supply and little demand. So we'll keep waiting. I think the best thing for this is for it just to be put into storage. I believe our grain silo is around here. I'll keep it nice and dry. Yep, here we are. Ah, there's a good shed for the tractors. We could keep them in there. I'm very happy with my tractor and trailer setup though. Looks good. I think this tractor will be doing mostly trailer work and sampling work. We will have to do some soil sampling very soon. We'll put the cover back over. And first, before we do anything else, we need to move those bales, so let's get them shifted. At the moment, sadly, we don't have a flatbed trailer or anything. These are all things we're going to have to work towards. So for now, we're just going to have to bring them up either in twos or individually. Hopefully in twos, but we don't have many. And we'll probably eventually replace the Fersin with a JCB or a Liebherr, something like that. This will be a good test for this little telehandler. It's only small. Yeah, I'd say it can lift two. Of course, I did have an issue with the Heston bales last time I used them, and it looks like we're having the same problem again. I should check and see if there's been an update for that baler. No, there hasn't. I would love to keep using them, but if the bale spike's going to keep getting stuck in them, then of course we'll have to find an alternative. So let me just have a look around on foot, find a really good place to store bales. I think that's a silage pit, so if it is, we don't necessarily need to keep this as a silage pit, if that is a silage pit. So we could keep bales in there. Seems like quite a good place. But yeah, this must be a pit, I guess, unless it's for manure, but it seems big for manure. But I suppose to play it safe, I will put it in here. As I continue to learn. Yep, so it is sticking, but it's not horrendous. There are a few things that we're going to have to rent. We don't have a drill, for example. We didn't start with the drill. But I think in a way that's actually better, because it means we can go with a bigger drill and not have to worry too much about the price of it, because we don't have to buy it. Not going to be used that often. Like, everything that we currently own is going to be drilled next month, and then probably nothing in the spring. So that is the bale work done. We've got a nice little supply of straw. 13,000 litres each. That is not bad. We'll put the telehandler next to it. And now we must sample at least two of the fields. We have the cultivated field, which is 57, and we have 56, which is the one which we've just harvested. And it looks like we're really losing points on that top one, which is nitrogen. All these things will be addressed when we start to put the crop in. So, as for the trailer, it doesn't want to be kept here. This map also, I believe, is compatible with mud mods, so that would be interesting if we were to enable that. Unless it's actually integrated into the map as standard, because I did sink through that mud over there. Right, well, the trailer doesn't need to be inside, so we could just keep it up against this wall. That's where the rabbits are. We currently don't have any. We will definitely buy some, but we just need to make sure we spend the money wisely first of all. I did buy some in the first video, so if you want to see them, you can do over there. Right, okay, we'll put the sampler on the front of the tractor, if we're allowed to. Are we allowed to? I think so. And we can go and find out what soil types we have. Hopefully we have good ones. Really, we're looking for anything loamy. We'll start with the field which we've just harvested. Right, so we'll open the mini-map and unfold it. Start at the bottom. This will cost us a few £100, but it has to be done. There we go, sample 1. We send all these off to the lab, and then almost immediately we get the results and we find out what we actually have. What sort of soil are we dealing with? Once we know how much nitrogen to apply, how much lime to apply to adjust the pH. So I'll whiz around this field, and then we'll discover the other field, which is actually way bigger. But there will be quite a few samples to take. And this should be the last sample, but I've done so many, so this is going to be probably a few £1,000s. Again though, it's the same as repairing the combine, it's all to make more money. So I think we are done. Let's see these samples come back from the lab. And they'll be in just a minute or two, or probably just a few seconds actually. Meanwhile, we can start to head back to the yard. This is the main track then to get to that field. Sample should be ready about now, I would say. There we go. 1,350, so not too bad. That could have been so much worse. And I don't think we have any sort of heavy soil. We don't have any clay, which is good to see. That's what I was... Oh, we do. Do we? No, we don't. No, we don't. That's what I was dreading. We even have some loam over here. So we have 3 different soil types in this field. We have loamy sand, sandy loam, and loam. Loam being the best. And down here we have loamy sand and sandy loam. But we yet to see the dreaded silty clay. But I guess a crop such as sugar beet will be absolutely fine in silty clay. So that's a good place to keep that. We'll be using that when we get some more land, but I suppose 54, the grass field, will have to be done as well. But I don't know if it can be done... Yeah, it looks like it can be done before we cut it, so we'll have to do that before we cut it in the next episode. So we'll keep this tractor nice and close to that. And we'll get this tractor set up, ready to go with the mowing. I'm hoping that these are mower conditioners. I think they are. Yes, so it says without conditioner, with conditioner. We want to go with, because we want to put it into the pit. Of course, I'll read up about this again before I cut the grass. I don't want to do the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you don't condition it, it's just fresh grass, which is, I suppose that's what you'd feed to sheep. And if we do condition it, then we can put it into the pit, we can ferment it, do all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, this tractor is ready to head to that field next time. Let's just go and have a quick look at it, because we haven't really studied it. We can appreciate some of these little lakes, little ponds that we have. It's a very nice map. Okay, so it's the other side of this hedge. We should really go the proper way, the proper route. So this must be the access point. Very muddy. In fact, I feel like I'm sinking in. Let me have a look. I am sinking in. Look at that. Almost up to our knees. What am I wearing? Trainers. Let's just zoom out a bit. I am wearing trainers. I should have brought my wellies. In fact, let's put some wellies on. Although they're over that. That's how deep it is. So this is going to be fun when we get into the muddy period. Oh, it gets deep. That feels like it's up to my waist. Blimey. Not quite. But yes, it is going to be fairly muddy by the look of it. So this is the one. This is the field. As you can see, it is ready to cut. It looks good, but no data found, as we know, for the soil. We will have to discover that. Expected yield is only 64%, but it does have the potential to be up to 100%, obviously, which we'll do further down the line. But I think we're going to have to leave it here for this episode. It's going to be so good. This is going to be a big, long series. And as you can see, there's so much land to buy. It's massive. It's a huge map. Actually, just this grass field alone is pretty big. So getting that all into the pit is going to be quite a large job for next time. And we do need to also put the linseed and the field beans in this field and that field. So there is so much to do. I guess before we finish, we should just quickly check the pH. Yeah, so really both the fields want lime. Obviously they both want nitrogen, that was obvious. Because, yeah, every time you put the crop in, you put the nitrogen in. So we have got quite a lot of money to spend. But that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with episode 2 very soon. But until then, see you again soon. Bye for now.